Okay, I'm now joined by Ramsey Nijim. Ramsey's coming off of an impressive victory at UFC Fight Night 35 over Justin Edwards. Ramsey, thank you very much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It was a very exciting fight. How did you feel going into the fight? It was a tough fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I felt great. The whole camp was out in San Francisco training a bunch with Tariq Azim, Adam Power, and Jake Shields, and those guys. And so I felt really good, really confident. Kind of had my swagger back a little bit in the fight, and went out and wanted to make a statement that I can be one of the best 55ers in the world, and I felt like I did that.
Yeah, you talk about having your swagger back and making your statement. Did you feel any extra pressure going into the fight because you're obviously on a two-fight losing streak? So did you feel that going in?
Yeah, I feel pressure going into every fight though. So this time I felt a lot less pressure because I felt really prepared and excited, and I was excited to fight again. And I just knew no matter what I did, I already did everything I could to win the fight, and everything was just kind of up in the air at that point, and just time to have fun. And I went out and had a great time.
What was it like as well facing a guy that you obviously know quite well from your time in the Ultimate Fighter house? It's obviously the first time since the finale that you've faced somebody from the show. So what was that like?
Um, it just sucks that one of us has to win and one of us has to lose. And obviously, I'm glad to be on the winning side. And I'm a good friend with Justin. I've known him pretty well. He's actually been one of the main guys I stayed in contact with after the show. And so it was just not very good to. I just wasn't really excited to fight him. But at the end, we're both business professionals, and we went out and fought as hard as we both could. And afterwards, we hung out actually in the hotel bar together and just chatted it up.
I mean, obviously, it must always be hard to fight someone when it's somebody that you get on with or somebody that somebody that you know well. But in a way, do you feel it was a win-win because of the nature of the fight? Because it wasn't a boring fight, was it? I mean, sometimes you can have a win and it not be very pleasing to the fans if you like. But this was a real back and forth. We had good action on the feet, good action on the ground. So do you kind of feel like you both come out of the fight with a lot of credit?
Yeah, it's always great to put on a good fight that is exciting for the fans. The crowd seemed to be into it from what I remember in the fight, and I mean, it's always better to do that than go out and just win a decision by trying to hold someone down. Every time I got a takedown, I was trying to put damage, and if he was on top or he was trying to choke me out or submit me, we both were going out there trying to win the fight. And sometimes if someone just holds someone down and takes him down and fights safe, that's not fun for the fans. It's not fun for either fighter, and that's not good for the organization. So I'm glad that we both put on a great fight, and I was came out the victor.
Yeah, you're right. No one wants to see a kind of a lay and pray victory. Really, it's not exciting to watch at all. So going on then, this was your first fight with senior since obviously August last year. What do you feel that you'd improved on the most in that time in the 5 months from your fight to James Vick to the fight with Justin Edwards?
Just my composure, just getting back in the right mental state and getting ready to fight. I just wasn't really in the right mental state my last fight after losing the jury. I didn't really make the changes I needed, and after that jury fight, I realized that there was a there was a problem and I needed to fix it, and I feel like I did. And I was really composed. I was calm, uh, real in the moment. I know everything going on. I could hear my coaches, and I was really focused just staying completely emotionless, and I felt like that's when I fight the best.
No, I mean every division is of course stacked in the UFC, and the lightweight division is certainly stacked. Where do you see yourself in the division at the moment, and have you got your eye on anybody you'd like to face next?
Um, I see myself uh, getting close again to that top 10 spot or top 15 or whatever it is, and I don't have my eye on any specific person. I'm willing to fight anybody that the boss man throws in front of me, and I want to fight someone that's gonna test my skills and be able to show how good I've improved, and how where I really am in the division. So anyone that's gonna bring me towards the top 10, I'm okay with that.
And obviously, it was a not the best year for 2013. So you see a much stronger and a much better year 2014 for Ramsey Nijim.
Yeah, I see a great 2014 and 15, and we're just gonna keep on mowing them down and moving forward and getting better and better each time.
I've got a question from one of our listeners, Josh Hall. He listens to quite a lot of the shows that we do, and he wants. I think he said he's interacted with you a few times on Twitter as well. I'm sure he said that to me, but he wants to know what was the best and worst thing about living in the tough house. So we're going back a little bit now.
The best thing was right off the bat was I was still training and working and doing all these crappy jobs, trying to be a professional fighter because you don't make enough money on the other circuits and you got to work. The best thing was being able to eat, sleep, and train and have no other worries. Every day I just sleep as much as I could, eat whatever I wanted. I was broke all the time and I didn't have any bills that I had to pay while I was out there. You could write anything down for grocery lists, and I was eating really good and really healthy. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. I don't have to pay bills, and all I can do is train. And obviously, the worst part was just how bored you get. I'm very like ADD. I got to be up doing stuff, and I'd be so bored in the house. I'd just be pacing around. I'd be like walking around the backyard by myself and like making people nervous. I was just pacing around, and I just wish I could be in the same situation, be able to do other things too. Because I mean, honestly, like a lot of people complain about the Ultimate Fighter. It was a great time. It was a great situation for me, and it was fun not having any bills for a little bit.
Well, Ramsey, I really appreciate you giving me your time. It's been great to get you on and have a chat with you. Before we let you go, do you want to do any shout outs? Thank any friends, family, sponsors, also let people know about your Facebook and your Twitter?
Yeah, you guys can follow me at Ramsey Nijim. My Facebook's Ramsey Nijim, and my Instagram. It's all pretty easy. Yeah, I just like to thank my family and friends and VA Mortgage and the Pit Elevated and Power. These guys stayed behind me and kept on supporting me after two losses. And it's definitely a hard position to be in and as a fighter in your career. And just definitely has really had a lot of love and support from my family and friends that pushed me to be able to come out and put on a performance like that.
Well, we wish you all the luck with the 2014. We hope it's going to be a great year for you. And thank you very much for coming on and having a chat with us.
All right, thank you.